Hey, it's Mr. Allred, and we're going to do another practice problem with rational functions. This one is the function f of x equals numerator 4x plus 1 over denominator 2x plus 1. So in doing this, I always start with my vertical asymptotes, but that comes from my domain issue. So I'm going to take my denominator, 2x plus 1, set it not equal to 0. When I solve that, I'll have x is not negative 1/2. So that's my domain problem. So that leaves me a vertical asymptote at that domain problem of negative 1/2. So I'm going to go ahead and drop that into my little graph over here so I don't forget about it. And then I'm going to look for my horizontal asymptotes. So remember, horizontal asymptotes come from the exponent in the numerator and denominator. So up top I have 4x, which must be to the first. Understood. On the bottom I have 2x, which must be to the first. So looking back at our notes, my top exponent is m, which is 1. My bottom exponent is n, which is 1. M equals n. So in that case, we set up as a ratio of the coefficients. And those two coefficients are 4 on top and 2 on the bottom. So we're getting that our horizontal asymptote that we're going to graph is y equals 2. So I'm putting that in. So I only have one vertical asymptote, and it divides my graph into two parts. So I'm a little bit better off than I am in some cases, because I only need to pick hopefully 1 point on either side of the vertical asymptote. And while all types of things can happen, we're just trying to get a general sense of how things behave. So my vertical asymptote was at negative 1/2, so I'm going to pick a number to the left of that, negative 1, and I'm going to pick a number to the right of it, which is 0, and try and determine if those are above or below my y equals 2. So let's see, very quickly here, we plug negative 1 into our function. It looks like I'm going to doodle over here. I get negative 3 on top, and I get negative 1 on bottom, so it looks like I get 3 back. Okay. Double checking that, I'll have negative 4 plus 1 is negative 3, negative 2 plus 1 is negative 1, so the two negatives cancel out, yes. And then when I plug in 0, I'll have 1 over 1, which is 1. So don't get confused that both of those numbers are positive, because our horizontal asymptote is not on the x-axis this time. But at negative 1 we have the point 3, which is above that asymptote. So I'm going to let my graph hug to that horizontal and vertical asymptote on the top. And the 0 that I plug in gives me 1, which is below that horizontal asymptote. So I'm going to let my graph hug both these asymptotes from the bottom. And you could plug this into a graphing calculator or Desmos, some type of grapher, and you could come up with either verification that we've done this right, or maybe we need to look at something a little bit closer, and also give you a more aesthetic graph so you can look at it a little bit better. Thank you.